All right, so this is a suggestion via a channel member. Let's check it out. Let's see where this takes us, guys.
I first came here on tourist visa, fully intending to overstay, Tiago, and to work. I got caught, I got jailed, I got deported, and yes, I tried again. Eventually, I did it properly. I secured EU citizenship through my bloodline and lived here legally under freedom of movement until Brexit closed that door, but I was granted full settled status. Since becoming that, I've worked and paid taxes in the UK for over 18 years. Even while undocumented, I've got payslips to prove it. And in recent better years, I even reached the higher tax bracket. Only now, after my line of work in the film and TV industry was shaken by strikes and cutbacks in 2023, have I needed benefits to get back on my feet. And I do see those benefits as my right. I've contributed to the pot for years while taking very little out, so I believe I've earned some support during a rough patch. If we keep moving the goalposts, forcing visa holders to reapply again and again, where does it end? Would EU citizens with full settled status have to prove themselves forever? This country has always relied on migrant labour, legal and otherwise, yet too often we're treated as the problem rather than part of the solution. Our taxes aren't invested properly in infrastructure and we are blamed for the strain. We apply our talent and passion, yet we're always vilified. Meanwhile, I know plenty of British-born people who've contributed less to the economy or their communities than many immigrants who arrived with everything to prove and often more gusto. And if the answer is to make us reapply endlessly, fine. I'll just sit the pub quiz they call the Life in the UK test, get the British passport I'm already entitled to, and then I'll be your problem till the day I die, says Tiago in Bristol. Costa in Chester.
Ooh.
Hello.
All right. I mean, listening to that, it's intriguing. I mean, listen, that's probably the story of many people. Listen, I have no idea what the immigration process specifically is in the UK, but if they're requiring you to consistently get a visa. So for example, guys, I live half a year in Spain. I have full permanent residency in Spain. Once my ID goes out, guess what I have to do if I'm not in Spain? Go back to Spain and reapply for it, basically, right? I mean, it sounds like that's kind of the same thing potentially, but not visa oriented, but it sounds similar. If that's the case, if that's a requirement for the country that is hosting you, then I think it is what it is, bro.
Hello, Costa in Chester.
Hello there, good afternoon. That was actually an amazing message. And I wanted to ask the same thing. I'm Romanian, my wife is Romanian. We both have indefinite leave to remain. We have a mortgage, we have a child on the way, we both work, we pay our taxes.
Okay.
Will we be in the same bracket? Will we are Europeans, will we have to reapply every 5 years?
What's your current status?
I'm employed. I work as an engineer. My wife works as works for the NHS, and indefinite leave to remain. If that was what you meant.
Right. So that's what you've got. And as things stand. I should know this off the top of my head, but I don't. As things stand, do you have to reapply for that?
No.
No, because it's indefinite, right? Okay.
Exactly.
It's in the words.
And you pay your taxes here. Are you seeking citizenship at any point or not?
I have been doing some mock tests, to be honest. The answer is yes.
Okay, good.
Because that's the solution for you, I guess, isn't it?
Right.
I would assume so if we are, but your colleague, your colleague Aggie, said something along the lines, and I'm not too sure if I misunderstood, that Europeans who already have indefinite leave to remain wouldn't have to apply.
EU members, yeah. So are you an EU member? Yeah, if you're Romanian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think you're okay.
I had to phone in. I'm sorry. This story has been in the back of my head since this morning. It actually ruined my day.
Well, I think it says here the changes would not apply to EU nationals whose settled status is protected under the European Union withdrawal agreement. Well, I think that involves you, doesn't it?
Yeah, most likely. That's what it sounds like.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that group makes up the majority of benefit claimants by people with indefinite leave to remain. But EU nationals not benefiting from the provisions of the withdrawal agreement will be subject to the new system. But I'm pretty sure with Romania, you would be...
Yeah, involved.
You would fall in that category that doesn't get affected.
Right.
With all due respect, I don't know a lot of Eastern Europeans. I know a few, but I don't know any claiming benefits. It's maybe
that's anecdotal evidence. I mean, just because your specific sample size is small, you already said you didn't know a lot of them, and then you just gave some anecdotal evidence. I mean, listen, if they can basically tell that, hey, listen, all these individuals that are coming from Europe are basically being a drain in our society also, then I'm pretty sure that's why they're saying it loud and proud, if that makes any sense here, guys. All right, it is what it is. Please do not offer your anecdotal evidence as fact.
The circles
It might be.
But
you said it ruined your day. I mean, I hope I've reassured you there, but...
You have indeed.
But am I right to think that the conversation generally around migrant workers is difficult for people in your position, however established you are?
Well, yes, it is, because it makes you feel, well, it makes me feel unwanted. I can't speak for everyone, as you can imagine, but it makes me feel unwanted. But although I try every single day, there's always something popping up. There's always something.
Okay.
And what brought you over here in the first place, Costa? I'm just curious now. I'm not making a judgment about it.
Just
being nosy.
About 13 years ago, I came here on holiday, and because I had the money and the time, and I was allowed to, a week turned into about 5 weeks.
Okay.
Because you had freedom of movement at the time, did you?
There was freedom of movement, but I couldn't stay. I believe it was 90 days back then. I can't
generally
remember.
90 days.
But nonetheless, I came on holiday, and I came to visit some of my friends who were already here, and they had to start. Well, they started work, stayed with me for a few days, showed me around and whatnot, and then they had to start work. So I found myself alone in their house. So what I did, I just went outside, had a walk, and I discovered the pub culture. I discovered people being friendly with you, and I loved it.
Friendly? Where'd you go?
Honestly, I absolutely loved it. Went back. I would.
You're not in London.
Look for a contract, found a contract, the rest is history. But I just loved everything about England.
Yeah, it was different from where you were from.
Britain.
Romania, definitely.
I like the British people, the British way of life, and so on and so forth.
And apart from the politics around it all, and the kind of conversations I'm sure you hear on this program and programs like it all the time, in your day-to-day life, Costa, does it just feel normal to you?
I'm sorry, what does it feel?
As in the kind of anxiety that maybe programs like this have induced in you by talking about these issues. In real life, your connections with people in your community, in your life, in your workplace, in the local pub, your neighbours, is that all good?
Yes.
You see, that's very telling, isn't it?
Yes, everything's absolutely brilliant. Because
generally,
in
that's
my
how
line
it
of work, I work with customers.
happens.
I go into people's homes for my work, and so on and so forth. Obviously, every now and again, people will ask me where I'm from and stuff like that, and will have some sort of coldness afterwards, which I think I grew to kind of push it aside. But in general, honestly, this anxiety doesn't exist in my day-to-day life.
Yeah, which is telling, isn't it? That in our communities, I mean, again, there will be antipathy between people. There will be problems between people.
Right, no matter what.
In our communities, that's where the real story lives, isn't it?
Generally.
Good and bad. Good and bad.
I will tell you one last thing, if I may. Britain has taught me that it doesn't matter where you're from.
Yeah.
If you're a good person, you're a good person. If not, you're not. And that's it.
That's fair.
That's certainly the beginning, isn't it, of a community.
All right, guys, that's fair. You guys, you got to understand, like, when you go to a place, you have to understand that that things are not always going to be exactly what you perceive, right? Number one here. And there are requirements in certain places around the world where you just are going to have to adhere to. If not, become a citizen. Try your hardest to become a legal citizen of the area, right? Like, do that on purpose, guys. Like, do that immediately, okay? As fast as you possibly can. Don't do it like how they do it here, where they stay here for 30 years and never even attempt to get a working visa, guys. Like, telling you, right? Don't do it like that. They do it here. Right? Like, your first act into a country should be something that is beneficial to the country because this country is hosting you, right? So it definitely seems like this guy here that was speaking towards the end here, at least tried to do that. It doesn't seem like a bad guy, right? Just become a citizen, bro. You've been here long enough. Your wife's working for the government. You have a mortgage, right? You get what I'm saying here? Just do the right thing. That's it here. I don't think that you're going to be caught up in this nonsense at all. Right? What I mean by nonsense, because people tend to misconstrue my words here, guys. Nonsense meaning you're not going to deal with the drama, bro. All right? So you're fine. But the ones who have come into the country illegally, most probably, are going to be removed. Right? Similar to how we're doing it in the United States of America. I don't see a problem. Right? Like, if you came to that country illegally and you are basically draining the resources of the country, you're not really putting in anything. I'm sure local taxes are being paid, obviously, if that's how that works over there, right? Local taxes, right? But are you actually paying anything into like the main, because my head just exists around America, right? So for example, we have like local taxes, like that it's kind of fed up to the state, and then we have federal taxes. These are completely different entities, let's say, this year, right? So I'm just trying to understand, all right? Is that how that works there? Let me know in the comments. Please let me know, because I want to understand how, like, if it's all one thing, then I guess they are paying into it, right? Like, if it's all one specific thing. But if there is no separation, then yeah, they may be taking advantage of you guys. That's how that works. That's how that sounds. And if that's the case, again, I have no problem with removing people that are in the country illegally, regardless of what country we're in, bro. Stop going to people's countries and taking advantage of them, right? Listen, I feel bad for the UK, though, because the UK is in a region where they are more affluent than a lot of places, right? A lot of places there, like per capita, the average citizen of the nation is wealthier than, again, more than 80, 90% of the planet. You get what I'm saying here, guys? There's an issue, right? So obviously people, just like how they do over here, they flock to the place that has all the money so they can make money and send money back to their country. That's called remittance. And it's generally visible on the country's GDP at the end of the year. All right? So guys, if you go to a country, try to make it better. Do not put a drain on it, guys. All right? Rule number one. But all right, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. If you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. In the meantime, I'll catch you guys later.